Hi everyone, my name is Qurat and I'm an educator on StudyIQ. I'm from Srinagar, J&K, currently pursuing higher studies in sociology. So, your first obvious question would be, why should you take sociology as an optional, right? So, consider a few points for that. Firstly, the resources are easily available in market. See, what to study is no doubt important, but from where to study comes first. And for that, you'll get every required material, all required books, you'll find everything in the market. First. Second, sociology is for everybody. You cannot say that you're a doctor or an engineer, so you're not a student of sociology. Besides being a doctor, an engineer, or a scientist, even, we all are the productive members of the society. Fine. We know what society is. We know the norms, what are norms, values, and culture of the society we live in. So, in a way, whether directly or indirectly, we are a part of this society. We are a part of this discipline, that is sociology. And in this, you don't have to study any rocket science concepts are simple, but now you have to analyze them from sociological standpoint. Fine. And third important point, this sociology, it will not only help you in your optional, which is very obvious, but it also helps you prepare for your essay. So it is a win-win situation for you. Your sociological knowledge, it will help you in your essay. It is very beneficial for that. And plus, you have in general studies part, you have Indian society. So if you have studied sociology, you need not to study that separately. Fine. So this is also a beneficial thing for you. Plus, in IAS exams, they don't ask you factual questions. Fine, you are usually asked applied part. So since you're born and brought up in this society, you can very easily tackle these application part. You can easily tackle those applied questions. Fine. So this is again a plus point, added advantages of this optional. Moreover, the syllabus, it is also very compact. Trust me, it is compact. It is not that diversified as it seems. Now we'll be discussing the approach. Fine. For both paper A and paper B. In this, I'll give you a summary, a crux of the syllabus as a whole also. So how to approach your optional? Paper A. Paper A, it consists of 10 chapters, you can say 10 units. Fine. These 10 chapters can be divided into 3 parts. You can write it down if you want. Part A, Part B, and Part C. So your Part A has 3 units. Unit 1, Unit 2, and Unit 3. In Unit 1, you have to study about emergence of sociology, birth of sociology, because when you're studying a discipline, it is very important. You must know from where did that particular discipline emerge. That you'll be covering in your Unit 1. Plus, you have to study the scope and the comparison with other social sciences as well. And in Unit 2, in Unit 2, you have to study sociology as a science. Okay, first let me give you an idea of introduction of sociology. Sociology, it is the scientific and systematic discipline of society. Fine. Not just any study of society can be labeled as sociology. Otherwise, our neighborhood aunties, they know everything about society, right? I mean, they are involved in this research 24/7. So can you say that they are contributing to a sociologist, or they are contributing to sociology or helping a sociologist? No. Why? Because the study has to be scientific, and when I say scientific, that means the research has to be validated by facts. Fine. So in this unit, we'll be exploring more about the scientific method, positivism. Now don't get confused with these terminologies. I'll be explaining them in detail later in my pen drive course. So you will study about positivism, scientific method. Fine. And plus, there's also one very important topic, which is major theoretical strands of research methodology. It will act as a basis of sociology. Here you have to study different schools of thought concerning sociology. Fine. Now, after studying these schools of thought, this knowledge will get further refined in your thinkers part, in your thinkers portion. That is your part B. So, unit 1 is clear, 2 is clear. In 3, you have to study about the methods of data collection, the techniques of data collection. Fine. And You'll be discussing about various methodologies. So this completes your part A. Now part B. Consider part B as the soul of your sociology, because here you'll be dealing with the thinkers. Fine. There are 6 major thinkers that are given in your syllabus: Karl Marx, Max Weber, Talcott Parsons, G.H. Mead, fine, Robert K. Merton, Emile Durkheim. In this part, you have to discuss about their ideologies, their perspectives. Now, this is what makes sociology easy, because these thinkers, they are no more alive, fine, so they won't be there, they won't be improvising upon their theories anymore. So you can treat these theories as fixed concepts. These are fixed theories. You have to study their ideologies, you can compare them, fine, and even then you'll get to know to which school of thought do they belong, the schools of thought that you've already covered in your unit 2. So this is about thinkers. It's a very vast topic. I will cover them later. You'll study about their ideologies, their perspectives, and their different theories also. Now this thinkers portion, fine, after having studied this thinkers, the topics of part C will become more easy to you. How? Your part C, it consists of certain institutions like family. You have to study about religion, economy, polity, plus stratification. Now see, you have a topic called stratification in part C. In stratification, you have to study Weberian, that is Max Weber's perspectives on stratification, Max Weber's theory of stratification, Karl Marx's theory of stratification. So once you've studied thinkers, you can very easily study their perspectives on few concepts like stratification. Or if you are studying religion, you have to study religion in it. Then in religion, you have to study Emile Durkheim's concept on religion. Fine. So you've already studied Emile Durkheim. So see, you're trying to get my point, the interconnectedness between part A and part B and part C. You have studied the Durkheim, then again in religion chapter, you have to study Durkheim's view on religion. Fine. So this is how it works. This is your part A, part B, and part C. This, obviously, it is not that simple. I won't lie that, okay, this is done, this is it. No, I have just presented to you the crux. I will discuss each and every term in detail. Fine. Now, paper B, that is your Indian society. Okay, do you know the difference between paper A and paper B? In paper A, you cover the Western society, you study Western society, and paper B is your very own Indian society. So paper B, it can also be divided into 3 parts: part A, part B, part C. Fine. In part A, you have to study about various perspectives on Indian society. Here you will study 3 important thinkers: G.S. Gurye, A.R. Desai, M.N. Srinivas. Okay? Fine. You'll study these thinkers, plus you have to study about the colonial impact on Indian society. You have studied this topic in your history also, but now you'll be studying them you'll be analyzing them from sociological perspective, from sociological standpoint, and obviously you'll study certain reform measures introduced by them. This is your part A. Part B is your structure of Indian society. Now when I say structure of Indian society, we know that Indian society, it is agrarian, largely agrarian in character. So first we'll study about what that agrarian structure, what rural structure is. Fine. Then we'll study caste system, various perspectives on caste system, untouchability, its eradication. We'll study social classes like your rural class, your middle class, fine, your industrial class. Then we'll study kinship system. Since we know that we have our society, it has still that joint family concept, fine. So we have to study about the systems of kinship in India. We'll study religion. In paper B, how to fetch more marks in paper B, you can write current information wherever it's relevant and possible. For example, if they ask you something about revival of religion, you can write about that Ghar Wapsi by RSS. Fine. You don't have to study that current portion separately. I hope you must be studying, or you are studying Yojana on daily basis and Kurukshetra. So you can take notes from those magazines, from newspapers, and you can apply that knowledge here. Like I've told you, Ghar Wapsi by RSS in your religion part. or the problems of minorities. Fine. So this completes your part B, the structure part. And in part C, we'll be talking about the transformation. Fine. The social changes in Indian society. So here we'll have to study how education, how law, how constitution, how these things, they act as agents of social change. We have to study the changes in rural structure. Fine. Disintegration of caste system. So these concepts we have to study here about the changes. We'll also be studying about various movements like farmers movements, peasant movements, women's movements. Fine. And we have to study a very important topic, which is challenges of social transformation. Here we have to study the challenges even imposed by development. For example, you must have heard about that Narmada Bachao Andolan, right? So construction of dams is no doubt contributing towards the development of the society. It's a contribution for the development, but it has its repercussions. Like, it is on large basis displacing the masses, the poor people. It's causing the displacement of poor people. Fine. So you have to consider those challenges like poverty, illiteracy, disparities in education. So you have to gender discrimination. So you have to see what are the challenges of this social transformation. First you'll study the social changes, then the challenges imposed on them. Fine. This completes your paper B. We are discussing the approach, not the entire syllabus, right? So this is your paper A and paper B. So you can say that academically sociology is static. Academically, fine, not society. Society is not static. Don't think that. Only academically sociology is static. So how does that help you? The questions are usually repeated in your mains exam. If you've seen you must have seen, I guess, previous year's question papers. You'll see large number of high, like, questions are repeated again and again and again. There is high predictability of questions is very high. Fine. So you have to consider that this is also an added advantage. So we on StudyIQ, we are launching this pen drive course where I'll be covering the syllabus of sociology one by one, each and every term given in your syllabus. Fine. So for obviously IAS, but it will also benefit if you're preparing for NET exams or are pursuing your masters in sociology. It will be beneficial for you. I'll be discussing the books required, everything in detail. In my first lecture, I'll discuss about the syllabus. Fine. So you can buy that course from their website. It is highly beneficial for those who don't prefer going to tuition centers, who prefer online home tutoring. It's for them. So StudyIQ is providing you everything from the comforts of your home. So if you are interested, do buy their course, and we'll be soon, in a day or two, we'll be uploading the videos on it. Fine. Have a great day. Enjoy. Thank you.